What is the flow state and why is it important for content creators? Have you ever seen a musician playing music and they're just completely gone? You know, they're playing the flute and you can see their face is just all over the place, or they're playing the guitar and you can see they're just completely out of it. Or have you seen an athlete playing basketball and they're just like completely zoned in and are very sharp on their subject? Well, that's what's called the flow state. The concept of the flow state was pioneered by the psychologist, I hope I'm gonna say his name right, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He extensively studied this state of optimal experience and he put it into a book called Flow, the Psychology of Optimal Experience. I have read his book and what I've noticed is that it's actually really good to read the book and understand the concept behind, but so many people don't really need to read that book necessarily. So there are other people who have completed his studies after him. I've also studied their craft and this is what I came out with in order to be able to tap the flow state. If you're a creative person, then being in the flow is where you would like to be. It feels like you're in the well of inspiration and you're basically staying in a place of ideas and you will never run out of them. And it does give you the sense of fulfillment in the end of the day. And everything feels as smooth as possible. Now, how could you access this state? What's really important here is to choose a task that you're comfortable with. So if you want to tap into the flow state and you're learning a new language, I don't think it's going to work. But if you want to tap into a flow state and you want to do something that you're really good at, such as, it could be anything. Writing a script, could be recording a video, or anything else. You should be at least comfortable doing that thing and it's not in the beginning stages of the practicing it or training it. Second point is to set clear goals. Have a clear objective. Okay, I'm going to be sitting down and writing down this many pages of the script. I'm going to be sitting down, I'm going to be practicing for until I land, 100 goals, which is what's going to basically create a lot of focus in this journey. Another important point, which is our third point, is eliminating every distraction. When you're sitting down and working and then your phone is next to you and then you get a message and you're in the flow state, that notification, the second that you look at your phone, it basically pushes you out of that flow state. So you want to put your phone on do not disturb and put it away from your computer or wherever it is that you're working so you can completely focus on your task. And the fourth one, which is the most important one for me, is to enjoy the process. It's really important to find some sort of joy in doing what you're doing. That's how you can harmonize what you're doing. And without that joy, it's really hard to actually hit the flow state. Now, this is what the book says. So for me, how do I actually reach the flow state? You know the book Miracle Morning, which was revolutionary when it came out and everybody was like, okay, this an hour in the morning, you're gonna keep it for yourself, do these 6 things for 10 minutes a day, which was meditation, writing, or journal, some sort of workout, and so on. That's what I used to do before I actually got introduced to the concept of flow. Once I got introduced to the concept of flow and I studied it a bit further, I realized that's actually not the best way for me to be in the flow. What would be the best way for me to be in the flow? As I wake up, in the first 5 minutes, I'll be sitting down on that task. And I know it sounds very weird and it's very horrible. And it's something that you're gonna experience once you do this. It's called the block state. In the first 20 minutes, you're gonna feel like everything is weird. Why am I doing this? But just keep going because there's gonna be something amazing happening. I am able to get 3 to 4 hours of focused work every single morning as I'm in the flow, and I feel completely fulfilled for the rest of the day. And I'm actually so addicted to this that I cannot go without it anymore. Another thing to keep in mind here is to have the task ready the night before as you wake up. So as you're not that sharp in the morning, the first 10 minutes you wake up, then having the task in front of you helps you to focus a lot more and know exactly what you're going to be working on. I learned this specifically from what millionaires do. They basically wake up and they do this as they work. But there is something here that we can actually balance the two together. So once you do this and you're finished with your whatever hour session work you have in the morning, then you could balance it out with your morning routine. So that's when I start to do my workout, that's when I do my meditation, that's when I do my journaling or reading or whatever it is that fits me on that day. What this does is that it basically stops me from experiencing something called a burnout and keeps me in a balanced state and gives me the fulfillment overall in every different aspect. Now you may be asking me, son, what if I don't wake up in the morning, or what if I just have to go to the work in the morning? How can I actually tap the flow state? I don't exactly know what is the best way for you to do that, but I can only share what works for me if I have to do that. Dancing and listening to my favorite music really loud and just really being in my own space and really vibing with what's happening actually really helps me to tap into that joy and flow state. So if I have to do a task that I'm like, oh my God, this is a very hard task, what I do is that I put my headphones on, I go to my room, I basically just listen to the music, I move a little bit with it. I don't necessarily have to dance crazy. I just tap with every single drop. And then what I feel like is like I'm actually activated. And then with the same rhythm, I go to the work and I just work, and it's actually funny because like I'm just literally dancing as I'm working. That's how I know I'm in the flow, because I'm so focused and I'm so enjoying doing it that I don't want to stop. And if I'm not in the flow, then it's the exact opposite. It's very dragging, I'm just distracted, I just try to fall away from it. So that is how it works for me. Maybe it works for you, or maybe you can find something else that works for you. Flow state is a crucial state for creatives and artists if you genuinely want to feel fulfilled and be in a space of endless inspirations. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like to be as natural as me in front of the camera, then you can try our teleprompter.com app. You can find the app in the description below, and I will see you in the next video.